I'm on mute. Can you hear me now, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Good morning, esteemed colleagues, faculties, and dear participants. I, Dr. Nidhi Singh Arora, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Law, Integral University, am pleased to welcome you to what promises to be an insightful and crucial session of our 1 month faculty development program on the integration of intellectual property rights, principles into teaching, research, and professional activities. This is Module 3, Session 5, and we have the honor of hosting an eminent expert in the field of intellectual property, Dr. Upankar Sutia, as our speaker today. Dr. Sutia brings with him a wealth of knowledge and experience both as an academic and practitioner in the domain of IPR. He serves as an associate professor at Alliance School of Law, Alliance University, Bangalore, and is center head of Alliance Center for Intellectual Property Rights. With his PhD in IPR from Amity Law School, Delhi, NCR, and an LLM from Symbiosis Law School, Pune, Dr. Sutia has established himself as a leading voice in IPR community. His extensive experience as a pro bono consultant to IP firms, companies, and startups underscores his dedication to promoting and protecting IP rights. Dr. Sutia has advised on crucial areas such as copyright, NFTs, AI, trade secrets, and other evolving areas of law, guiding numerous PhD scholars in their research on these topics. Beyond academia, Sir's contribution to the legal profession have been recognized globally. He has presented award-winning research papers at prestigious international and national forums and served as a judge for several moot court competitions. His involvement as member of editorial boards for well-known legal journals further highlights his deep commitment to advancing IPR scholarships. Today, we look forward to hearing his thoughts and insights on how we, as educators and researchers, can better integrate IPR principles into our teaching methodologies, research endeavors, and broader professional activities. I am very much grateful that this session will equip us with valuable strategies to enhance our work while ensuring the protection and respect of IPR. Now, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. Sutia to lead us through today's session. So, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Imperial University. Thank you, the leadership team. Thank you, Dean Sir, and all the professors who had heartily welcomed me for this session. And thank you, madam, for such a great introduction. I'm really flattered with your introduction. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk on IP, being an IP field and teaching IP for long years. It has been an honor to speak at this forum in front of various teachers, various academicians, various research scholars. I believe that IP is one of the most important aspect what we have to deal at this today's world because IP is the future. So it is very hard way we in India we have looked into because it has been really a great time since IP structures has been developed because IP laws were there. IP integrity was missing at some point of time in various field. For example, quantifying IP. For example, if you take up simple topics like enforcement of copyright, very it has been a very recent regime, maybe 20 years, we have been very stringently looking at copyrights. So without further ado, we would also talk about different aspect of copyrights, trademarks, patents, and many other IPs which related to our main topic, that is future trends in global IP laws and impacts on research and practices. Mostly I will be talking about research and how IP impacts on our research. I would also talk about different professionalism, how you can achieve through what you say, through respecting the IPs in different levels. Okay, so let me take you. Is the PPT visible to you all, ma'am? Ma'am, is the PPT visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sure. Okay. Sure. Then we would first look an overall insight about IP rights, because IP rights, if we generically talk about, it is nothing but human creation, which is creative in its nature, having innovativeness. Let me use the pen. Yeah, sure. With innovativeness and having more of artistic work, having more of what do you say, more which is new or novel in its nature, with various categories like trademark, patent, copyright. We have been having a plethora of regimes that has been open to us, which has various meaning in IP sectors. Okay, so now how IP is related to academia, and how it can help us in professional development. Being in academia, we have been every day looking at IP at different level. For example, research, innovations. Because if we look at law, we have various literary works that has been created, curated day by day, and with our innovative techniques, because we as law professors, if we are not from science background, it is very difficult for us to innovate some scientific this thing, developments, for example working on it. But surely you can collaborate and bring out innovations that IP and various other IP regimes had been very instrumental in curating various industry collaborations at today's life. For example, there had been a lot of collaborations with various Indian universities and foreign universities, which has given a greater outcome of various new works being created, like various books, various journals has been collaboratively run at various levels. Because if I have been a peer reviewer for various international journals, even some Indian journals also. So in those, I could see many collaborations that has been happening, and IP is one of the thin line or thin link that has been there, which is copyright. So IP has been giving us a lot of IP in generic. I would like to tell you that it has been giving a lot of importance, or a lot of what you say, lot of meaning to all our research endeavors and various other pathways or career pathways what we talk about. Okay, so the IP, if you talk about it with different sectors of IP, it has been trying to promote creativity, creative thinking, which is very important at this time. Because in this fast paced world, creative thinking, problem solving among students and faculty members are very much necessary to at this today's world. Because with our PM's thought on the thing, making India and innovativeness, bringing innovativeness in the university and in our teaching, and with the NEP, new NEP thoughts on creative thinking, formulative thinking, and so on. We have to look at through the lens of IP, or through the lens of more specific to talk about copyright or patents or design. Right, there had been some thoughts on design thinking with regard to how we can design, think, and curate something new that should be the main role, or should be the main what do you say, main motive in today's fast-paced world. So with fostering innovations and looking at academia and industry relationship, we have a greater road to travel. And although that road has many hurdles, so being a faculty, it is on us how much we can utilize our creative time and try to be innovative in every aspect. For example, if we have been giving some assignment to students, we must ensure that that assignment just doesn't stay in our table. It should get published. If they need some help, we the faculties, we should ensure that work goes to the society. Because looking at the main theme of IP, IP generically, if you look at the philosophies and various theories on IP, looking at Lockean theory, IP, uh, you get the rights because you have put in your hard work, right? But there are various categories, there are various riddles to it. So we have to ensure that just not the hard work you have put in can give you the creative rights. There are various other thoughts to it. Okay. Furthermore, if you look at the greater jurisprudence of IP is created for the society. IP is being curated for the society. IP has been IP rights has been granted for the development of the society. For example, someone creates a book which is towards the development of the society. It is for the society, by the society, and of the society. It has been so instrumental that any kind of IP rights would develop a society, or if it is a meaningful creation, or if it is a meaningful innovation that would add on to the society. But at some point of time, we also have to look at, because there shouldn't be any duplication of work, there shouldn't be any duplication of innovations. For that, there have been many steps being taken by different realm of IP. If you talk about Indian realm, like Indian patent offices and international patent offices. Furthermore, if you go through the PCT models, obviously there had been a lot of thresholds that has been put up while granting patents to avoid the duplications. Okay, if you look at the basic IP realm in generic, although these are not the limited ones, there has been a lot of other IPs also, but these are some of the most popular patents. We would know everyone. Patents would protect innovations, both product and process. Okay, which provides exclusive rights. As I was talking about the exclusive rights of IP, IP exclusive right is being provided only for a limited period of time to ensure that the hard work what the curator or the creator has put in is being respected, so that it is not illicitly what you say illicitly exploited by anyone which might not have rights to it. For example, you have developed uh, a, a process or innovative process on creating something. That process will get protected under IP if it is innovative, under patent law. If it is innovative in nature, you can register it under patent law. But concern here is it is a limited monopoly which is given for only 20 years, so that because the main motive of IP is for the development of a society. If the society cannot get full advantage on the IP what you have created, the whole motive of granting IP or whole motive of bringing IP is will fail. Now, because this limited monopoly sometimes creates a lot of hurdles towards accessibility, then exclusivity, and so on. For that, we have different models such as statutory license. Then we have compulsory license. But in India today, we have a lot of issues with regard to compulsory license again, because compulsory license, only one very significant aspect what we can see, a compulsory license has been granted. But there had been a lot of roads that has been seen. There had been a lot of talks on patentability of what is it of medicines which are basic for human rights, for human life, or life-saving medicines, and so on. There had been a lot of talks which would also include uh, giving access to the general public on basic utilities, like for example some basic softwares and so on. Okay, that would include, as a part of copyright, we have a lot of realms which can go ahead to the realm of copyleft, wherein there are various good souls which has been giving out resources for free to be utilized by the public at large. Now, concern in copyright is fair use, wherein we could see a lot of infringements that has been taken place. For example, some of the apps like telegrams and various other apps that has been there had been a lot of reporting saying that through those apps there had been a lot of infringement works that has been going on. But as society develops, as the law develops, as the regulation develops, this would also stop at various levels. Now there was if you see copyright, I would like to talk about the synchronization of or I would talk about the development, how in copyright we have tried to lessen the infringement. For example, you could have seen that previously when songs were being copied or songs have been downloaded from various websites, we would get it for free, and the creators or the curators or the developers of the songs and tunes wouldn't get any remuneration for the hard work. But now things have developed. Now we have different systems like Ghana.com, we have Wink, we have Spotify, whereby the infringement level has come to has lessened down to a greater extent, right? So thereby the policies and all other things plays a very important role. Even trademarks, which protects brand names and so on, which would also include websites. So nowadays various if we talk about academia, there had been a lot of websites which promotes academic research and so on. So there had been a lot of infringement in there also, because a lot of fictitious websites have come in, and those try to manipulate the data or copy paste the data from somewhere, and whereby both copyright infringement and trademark infringement take place. Okay. Furthermore, industrial design, geographical indications, trade secrets, although there are no laws, they are being protected through contracts and copyright, trademarks, and patents, so on. So these are some of the basic arenas of IP. So now talking about the importance of IP in academia, IP has been playing a very major role in fostering innovations and protecting the rights of researchers, because as a researcher we would like to get our works to be protected. Now, while getting protection, there are two flip sides of the coin. If you want protection, we have to also respect the rights of others. So there had been a lot of general talks on respecting copyright in academia, but I would like to emphasize one arena, that is, while writing any article or while writing any research paper, it should be ensured that every right or every work or every part what you take from some other journals or some other resources has to be respected, or has to be given as a reference, or has to be footnoted. It has been there as a part of Indian IP or copyright laws, saying there is a C called moral rights, which has to be respected, and it is obviously said that moral right is like a soul which never dies. Monetary rights can fade away, but moral rights remain forever and ever. So, moral rights generically, if you talk about, there are two types of moral rights. One is right to paternity and right to integrity. Right to paternity will include that you have to respect the rights of what do you say, the rights of every author, and every author has the right to be recognized as the author of that work. Right to integrity would also mean that uh, the person or the researcher or the person who has created that work has the right against all other persons in the world, that his work is not being distorted or not being mutated at any point of time. So going ahead with the moral rights, that is right to patentity. So whenever we write any article, whenever we write any research paper, we have to ensure that we respect both right to patentity and right to integrity. I would like to give you some examples. For example, here you have taken line by line from some other journal or some other research paper. And if you would like to, the best practices, if you would like to quote the same thing, put in double inverted comma and put a footnote saying that, put a reference saying that you have curated, or you have sourced it from this source. There are various footnote systems. Based on that, you can footnote. Now concern is, there had been a lot of instances which has been a matter of debate, wherein wrong footnotes or wrong integration of different sources had been a major problem in research. There had been a lot of systems in among, which is very popular among students, saying that they will just copy paste the footnotes, and they wouldn't know if that this footnote would talk about this. Even wrong footnoting would also call for plagiarism or a copyright infringement. If you say in the words of copyright, it can be an infringement, because you have disrespect the moral rights, that is right to paternity. Furthermore, if you talk about yes furthermore, if you talk about footnoting or giving reference, as I was talking, wrong footnote and wrong reference is itself is an infringement or plagiarism. Furthermore, if you try to distort, for example, if you want to paraphrase a certain thing, paraphrase means, I don't mean to say, if I'm talking about paraphrasing, I using the tools, paraphrasing by yourself and putting it in your own linkage, what you want to talk in your research paper. Even then, you have to footnote, you have to give reference, because people think giving more reference means that you have taken it from someone. It is good to respect someone's copyright, because obviously, if you do not respect someone's copyright, no one would respect your copyrights even, right? So it works in reciprocity, wherein if you take or if you even paraphrase, it is highly recommended that you have to footnote from where you have taken. Generally, when you talk about footnoting or giving reference, it starts from full stop to full stop if you have not quoted. And when you see full stop to full stop, if you put a footnote, that will mean from here to here. Okay. Madam, can you see my doodles here in the screen? Uh, Madam, can you see the?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can see, right? Yes, thank you. So it will start from point one to point one, and footnoting, and again the footnote should be very rightly put, because if you don't put the right footnote, again it will call for plagiarism or copyright infringement or disrespect of moral rights. Okay, which is a part of Indian Copyright Act in India. Furthermore, if you talk about disrespecting, there had been other ways of disrespecting IPs also, which has been there, because these are some of the instances which we have seen. Okay, what they do actually is they try to quote the whole sentences and put a footnote, and that is all right, but next sentence they will try to put it and quote it, then they will try to mask this quotations by just if it is black, they will convert it as white, because while reading it will be unavailable, the guide or the person might not read it, and in similarity index it won't come. See, when you talk about Turnitin or any other softwares like plagiarism, or we generically tell plagiarism find a tool, but there is no software in this world which can find plagiarism. Plagiarism is one of the moral right, because plagiarism can happen even if you uh, paraphrase it. and put it on your own words, because again, this would include that even if you paraphrase, that the paraphrasing rights or conversion rights or translation rights also comes under the rights of the authors. So thereby, even conversion or even paraphrasing would also include as a part of the copyrightable rights with regard to the owners. So now, if thereby it is requested and suggested that ever you paraphrase, even then it is mandated to put the footnotes or give reference to the original source from where it has existed. So this is how in common we have to respect the IP rights, basic IP rights as an academician, because mostly as an academician we would mostly look at copyrights. Now, if you talk about this paraphrasing and putting a footnote, there had been a lot of thoughts saying that yes, paraphrasing means I have put my hard work and this is my hard work. That's why. But the basic concepts, the basic articulation of that sentence has been taken it from somewhere. So it is better to give a footnote. There had been a lot of new AI tools which helps in paraphrasing, but there comes the problem. Only concern is if you convert the source, people think that it doesn't come under similarity and we can go for application. That is not correct. We have to ensure that this paraphrase what you do, that should be recognized at any point of time, because even if some reader comes to know, or if the original owner comes to know that it has been taken or paraphrased from somewhere, that would again cost plagiarism complaints, and so on. So it is better you should respect, and you should ensure that copyright is being not infringed. Furthermore, obviously in academia we are being protected with a this thing, with a section called fair use. Now, what is fair use? What is unfair use? Concern is when you talk about fair use in academia per se, fair use will include all the everything related to academics or research, or for reporting. It comes under fair use, but there is a uh, s- riddle to it. The concern here is when you talk about fair use, fair use can only protect, or fair use can only give the what do you say, protection till the time original owners economic right and moral right is not being infringed. For example, even if you are using a line for academic purpose, even then every author has the right to be named. That includes the right to patentry. That's why when you take someone's work, even if you have converted someone's work, you have to respect the original author's creation by giving a footnote or referring to it. It might be an old book, it might be a new book, because you might think that 60 years and lifetime of the author limits it, but moral right is like a soul, it stays forever. Now, coming back to the importance of IP in academia, there had been a lot of what do you say, lot of protection that has been provided by, basically, if I talk about copyright in academia, wherein all the cultural creation or creativity in both literary work, artistic work, and other arenas are being protected. Okay, whereby there had been a lot of talks which says that academic in this copyright is like a soul for academician, because at every level, if I even if I'm talking, I've been protected by copyright. Even I am showing my PPT, even it is protected by copyright. So everything an academician do is being protected under the boundary of copyright. So if we are protected, even we have the responsibility also to respect someone's right. So it is better while using new tools, while using various teaching methods, or while encouraging to do this, we have to ensure that copyright or any other right, IP right, is not being infringed. It is always better. In my later slides, I will be talking about how these tools can be responsibly used. Okay. Furthermore, if you talk about academic innovations and academic collaborations, IP has lots, or IP has worked a lot on this, because of IP, or because of various realms of IP, industry academic collaborations could happen, industry government collaborations could happen, and these collaborations as a research project, as a various collaborative research initiatives, has provided us as an academician a lot of opportunities, whereby with our main goal being an academician to develop the society and to provide information and respect the rights of the society, has been further realized by this IP realms, whereby people, or the general public at large, can really get a lot of helps through our innovative attributes, such as uh, giving basic knowledge about some basic integrities of the society. For example, there had been lot of YouTube channels and various Facebook reels which talks about how to protect the basic rights of rights in a society. For example, some traffic rights and some basic rights relating to day-to-day lives. For example, this could only happen because the owners or the curators know that their rights will get protected, because these rights are being ensured, or these rights has been or these works what they have created will get protected under copyright, and no one other than them can misutilize it. But recently there had been a lot of gray areas that has come in, wherein reels are being copied again and again. Those things will be addressed with the passing of time, whereby authorship and ownership rights will be looked at a different level, with different perspectives, with the AI coming in. I would also, in the next slides, I will also talk about AI and how in academic research AI can help us. Okay, there had been always a detrimental saying that okay, because of AI, academic research has been deteriorated. No, that is not the case. There had been various universities, professors has been promoting AI, not various developed or various celebrated universities also has been promoting AI as a tool for academicians. But concern is how responsibly we are using it, respecting the copyrights of each other. Furthermore, if we talk about protecting academic research, as I was talking about, it protects all the books, articles, research papers. Furthermore, if you talk about softwares, it has been protecting to a greater extent. Now, how to monetize in academic arena, because there had been a lot of in recent times there had been a lot of research projects that has come in, and that has been that all of that are being backed by IP, through patent laws, through copyright laws, through licensing, and so on. And there are various universities in India which have come up with various innovative uh, innovations, which has been furthermore utilized in what you say in day-to-day life. For example, new battery technologies has been a part of some startup groups. And talking about me, I have been uh, in advising some startup companies which have been working on waste management and so on. These are some of the innovative ways which an academician or being a student they can develop themselves, and ensuring that their rights what they have curated will be backed by uh, a stringent protection regime, that is IP. With new and uh, hassle-free technological transfer which has been happening, new contractual obligations that has been respected by different laws, it has been a great boom for startups and various entrepreneurship in academic settings, which by which they can actually actualize the investment what I have taken. The major reason why many startups has been lagging is the fear that whatever they have invested will not come back, or whatever the IP what they have, they might not be able to protect it, because obviously if they are not from legal domain, they always fear that if it is a legal litigation, it will be obviously taking more time and so on. So there are various other innovative ways which we try to uh, tell all the startups or advise all the startups, saying that IP is there and IP is getting seamless in today's world, and laws are very stringent, and people can go ahead with different kind of research and their what you say, their products and their innovations will get protected through different ways. Only concern is how to protect it and getting right advice at the right time. Okay. Furthermore, if you talk about legal regime of IP, I have divided this legal regime of IP in three parts, that is international agreements, national legislations, and institutional IP policies. This has been very instrumental in shaping today's IP regime in the global IP market or global IP world as IP village. Talking about international agreement, TRIPS is one of the most famous international regime which has been regulating all the trades related to IP, wherein as a part of WTO, TRIPS has been instrumental in even in providing equitable justice towards all the nations, including developed nations, whereby all the innovators across the borders are being brought to one what do you say, one arena which tries to help the developed nations and try to share the technologies. It is always presumed that through trips we can uniformly protect IPs, or we can uniformly share the resources among the developing and developed nations. Furthermore, WIPO had been the major role player for protecting or uniforming IP rights around the globe, whereby treaties like Paris Convention, Berne Convention for protection of IP has been also instrumental. Paris Convention mostly talks about industrial property, which includes patents, trademark, and designs, and so on. Berne Convention talks about mostly the copyright relief, which gives a basic threshold of protection to the domestic nations, whereby these domestic nations ensuring that basic rights or basic rights is being granted to all the people around the globe, so that their work can be protected to all the among all the member nations. For example, the basic threshold Berne Convention is given towards protection of the literary works. While talking about the protection of literary works, Berne Convention says 50 years should be stagnant. You can give a better protection more than 50 years, but 50 years is a threshold. So this kind of initiatives in international regime had been instrumental in allowing the resources to collaborate among different nations, because today in this developing world you cannot stay national, you have to go international. Whatever you do, even if it is copyright, patents, trademark, and whatever arena in IP you can say, you have to go global. Only then you can actualize it. And to go global, this international agreements plays a very important role. Furthermore, talking about domestic legislation, I have just given some examples of the national legislation, that is Copyright Act, Patents Act, and various other acts like GI, and various other acts that has been also working very instrumental in today's world. Furthermore, our last part to discuss about with regard to legal framework is the institutional IP policies. See, it is always said that if you want to grow IP, it has to be grown from grassroots level, and the protection should start from the grassroots level. Only then you can really actualize the whole potential of IP in the whole society, or whole potential of IP in an institution, thereby creating crisp policies, creating clear policies on IP is very, very important. May it be educational institution, it may be research institution, it may be any other companies or any other startups, whereby, see, if because I presume that you have already discussed what IP and copyright is all about. Also, I have given a basic brief on IP is created for the society, and obviously a limited period of time is being given for us to enjoy the basic what you say, monopoly right for a few period of time, but obviously it has to go to the society. But there is another flip side of the coin, that is, if you don't respect IP, no one will create IP or curate IP. Same applies here. If you don't respect the IP rights of staffs, if you don't respect the IP rights uh, of the students, or of the or of any person who is a part of this institution or any framework, there will be no innovations, there will be no creations, there will be no creativity, because no one would like to uh, put his hard work on something which will not give a greater output. So to bring more potential on innovations, creations among, if you talk about academia, there have to be a very transparent IP policies would include, if someone has written an article, or or a research paper giving institutions as a reference, the institution also should respect or promote him by respecting his right, or giving some points. In academia, we have this API points, and so on. Obviously, those are some of the incentives. Furthermore, if you talk about patents, generally university guidelines also gives some of the rights, uh, or part of the rights to the what do you say, to the inventor. Okay, there have been a lot of other models also which says that if an inventor, or if a student or a faculty invents something, or any staff invents something in an institutional domain under the purview of institution, obviously a part of the resources, or obviously uh, although it is invented for the institution, yet the faculty or the staff will get economic rights, as well as some amount of rights, commercial rights, or any other rights, which will be working as an incentive for the innovators and creators. So, sharing of royalties, sharing of resource knowledge among the faculties are some of the good IP policies what an institutions can have. Furthermore, it should have a better policies, or it should have very transparent policies on IP filings, because generally the hinges happens there, whereby people unknown forgets to put their own name, only the institution name. That is also a trouble. There are flip sides wherein people put their own name, doesn't put institution's name. That is also not a good practice, because if institution is not being affiliated, no one will your funding and all other things might be at stake. Furthermore, if harmonious policies can be obtained, or where there is a system of win-win among the creators, among the inventors, or among the inventors on creating something. If you create something, the institution will also be a part of your creations, obviously, because the funding comes there from there. And also the inventor will also be having a part on their royalties. This should help the institution to a greater extent, as well as the faculties, as well as the students to a greater aspect, because critical thinking in today's life is more important, and with critical thinking comes innovation. And innovation has to be routed to a better way, which can be protected, which has to be registered and protected. Obviously copyright need not to be registered, but patents and all other things has to be what do you say, has to be registered, has to be filed, so that it doesn't only stay as idea, it gets fulfilled as an expression. Okay. Further, talking about IPR in teaching and strategies, obviously we as professors, or we as instructors, should ensure that IP awareness has to happen from what do you say, from the first instance. Even it is suggested that giving the basic IP knowledge on respecting copyright should start from the first year. If you are talking about law student, it should start from first year, or for business school or engineering or any arts region, it should start from the first year, so that from the first year they know that what I was talking about, quotations, then respecting the moral rights and so on, should be given as an induction for the first semester itself, so that till they reach their final stage, they are well equipped, so that they knowingly or unknowingly they don't what do you say, infringe someone's right. Whereby every academician has to ensure that IP is somewhere there as a part of whatever the course may be, has to be there as a part of their teaching learning process, whereby even the teachers also, while being in class, has to ensure that there are some kind of encouragements, there are some kind of discussions on, I have put it down here, on ethical norms, and talking about various aspects of intellectual property protection, because many students or many staff might not know about the protection of IP, or protection of different systems in IP. For example, there had been many incidents when I went to talk about IP in one institution. They said their policies has been copied by some other company, and they had been using it. Now, the first thing I would ask them, did they try to protect it? They said no, it is just a work people have. Other employee has put it in his Gmail, and they have taken it, and he has joined other company. He has used that. Thereby, I have been telling that your institution should have the better IP policies, because of the concern that you didn't have IP policies. That's why your IP was being stolen, or your IP is not there. Furthermore, now it is even not late. They have to enforce, and they have to tell them that this work is theirs, not this work is originally created by them, not the other person.
So these are all the things what as a part of the course and as a part of what you say teaching learning process, we should ensure that students should know, whatever the program might be, whatever the specialization might be, whatever the subjects may be. IP has to be enforced. Okay, IP has to be spoken to the students. IP has to be engineered in the minds of the students so that they know what is the significance and how their creations, how their innovativeness can help the society. Also, to tell you, talk to the students more on innovations and societal development. They have to be always being empowered on different uh, international and national regimes, how their work can be protected. Furthermore, if you are talking about engineering schools, you have to tell them how patenting regime works, how patenting system works. It can be as a part of curriculum or short seminar kind of thing, which can help the students to a greater level in actualizing their thoughts. There had been a lot of being a student, there has been a lot of thoughts that only we have to study the books, not from other ways, because today in this fast paced world again, you have to be a part of the society and the technological development. People today cannot say that I cannot use AI tools, because everyone is mandated to know the technology. If you don't know the technology, we will be lagging behind. And we as academicians, we have to ensure that these all technological aspects is being engraved in the minds of the students, so that first thing, respect, and second thing is working along the development of the technology and development of the society what has been taking place. Further, talking about teaching methodologies on integrating IP, uh, as I have already talked about, the various role play can be initiated in your classrooms. So while talking about this, you can give some of the real class scenario or real scenarios. For example, you can say a group of students. I'm just giving an example. A group of students dancing in a floor, and they say like they have been dancing. They have been practicing a lot, and they don't want other people to watch it. They have been dancing there, and in a very close group, and some people records it. Now who gets the right? How the right can be enforced? Okay, can IP right comes in there? Furthermore, there have been, you can give some other situations like a group of students dancing in a function. There are a lot of publics. Can those people dancing protect their rights? Or if someone makes a CD or DVD out of it and sells it on different YouTube channels or any other places, can these be stopped? Can the privacy right be infringed? Can the IP right be infringed at some point of time? So all these things will enable the students to think out of the box and ensure that all the better good governance and better IP respecting should is being enforced. Okay. Furthermore, bringing IP awareness will also enable students to bring out collaborative projects. There have been it can be a thought among students saying that, okay, I don't want to write the a paper with two more people, because they might steal my work and all. For that, you can tell them that copyright is there, you both will get authorship of that work, no one can infringe their work. That will encourage them to have more collaborative projects, that is not limited to the classroom, that can be unlimited to the global village at large. Furthermore, integrating IP modules in various programs, as I was talking about, engineering, law, business programs, will actually help us develop the society, develop our economy. And with India being a growing economy, we have to ensure that all design thinking, all innovative thinking, thinking out of the box shall be the first motto, rather than focusing more on books. Obviously, books are most important to have the basic knowledge. Other than basic knowledge, we have to ensure that students get more than what we have been basically teaching in the classrooms. It has to be very practical oriented. It has to ensure that we address some real problems, like for example, addressing real problems in real situations, which will bring up a sense of innovativeness in them. Uh, because if you are studying, or at any point of time while studying or while doing research, our innovative mind works very great, and that can bring a lot of development, and a lot of what do you say, lot of uh, uh, new initiatives in the fast paced world. Okay, this can only happen if we, the teacher, follow some basic norms, like addressing the students, always encouraging the students that this IP protection is there. Okay, and talking about the basic this thing basic norms. Okay, furthermore, to have a better outcome, we, the teachers, also should have some of the basic IP principles in us. We have to always empower the students about the success stories on IP and innovations, and also talk about commercialization, which will be an add-on, what do you say, motivation for the scholars, or for the what do you say, for the people at large to, or the students at large to involve themselves in research and innovations. Further, talking about uh, IP in research. Obviously, if you talk about research and IP, first copyright comes into play, then all other patent, trademark, and all other things comes into play. Whereby any researcher who works on, who has been working, or who has been trying to work on different realm of any subjects per se, has to first understand the protecting regimes or protection regime of IP, whereby they have to ensure that first they understand that if they have been writing some or creating some works, they will be protected by uh, IP. Furthermore, if you talk about specific ideas, generically ideas cannot be protected, but a holistic idea can be protected. So how do they protect the holistic idea? Furthermore, how to protect their innovations. Innovativeness can also be copied, and innovativeness can be protected in what levels. Furthermore, how and where they can directly or indirectly go for infringements, or where can commit infringements. So how to restrict such infringements in our day-to-day research life. How to credit a researcher, how to credit a paper, how to credit a author, all those things. And furthermore, how the research can be commercialized, it can be monetized, and how it can look for the development of the society. So all these things, first and foremost, a researcher has to understand. And being research so influential in today's life, all or today's world, all what do you say, all contributing factors has to be ensured, and has to be ensured towards protection, or had to ensure that it is rightly protected in the right way. So ensuring this protection, and ensuring this works that may or may not be protected, or may or may not be used illicit way, that has to be the first what is concern of a researcher. because writing a paper is right, but you have to ensure that it is being written in an ethical way, it has been written in a right way, it has been written in a very profound way, whereby respecting as well as giving your input and giving your this thing analysis, which will act as a contributing factor for the society, or it will be an add-on literary sources for the further research, right? So this has to be our first and foremost initiative as a researcher. Okay, various research outputs can be protected through patented inventions, through copyrightable works, as I have already explained. This research output or research curations has to be ensured that it is, as I have told you, that it has to be ensured that it is protected in the right way, in the right order, through a right realm. For that, the basic idea on the protection has to be understood by every researcher in today's world. Then, talking about strategies for integrating IP in research, first strategy I would tell you is involvement of researcher in patenting process. Every researcher in if the domain allows, okay, they can involve themselves in patenting process. If it is an innovation, please ensure that that innovation goes for patent process, so that mm, so that your innovation will be helpful for the society at large. Maybe that innovation might not hold water in 20 years, but after 20 years, when it is in public domain, it will help the society to a greater extent. For that, you have to ensure that researchers are fully trained, or there have been regular training sessions on patent filing, intellectual property management, which will include copyright management. Furthermore, this patenting process will also open the research of towards collaboration with various universities, various domains in commerce, or various industries in commerce, which will create and foster a better learning experiences, and better what do you say respect for IP, or better respect for the innovations or the work you have created. Simply because if you simply develop for example, if someone has developed a battery technology, that battery technology shouldn't be just an assignment. It has to be innovative in nature, and it has to go to the society at large. It has to ensure that that benefit can be uh, can be can be taken by the society at large. So innovativeness or involvement of researcher in the patenting process plays a very important role in today's world. It is not only limited to engineering school, it can be limited to law school also, whereby a collaborative research can be done. For example, I have one patent which protects or which is involved in protecting the rights of jail inmates, whereby through a retina scan you have to that the technology will identify if the jail inmate is having any trouble, or if his health is okay or not, and all other processes. Is he going? Is he mentally disturbed, and all those processes? So these things can also be taken up by even social research, because now innovation is not only limited only to engineering domain or any other domain. It can be all. It can be, because for example, today larger companies like Tesla, or many other companies which are involved in automatic driving, or driverless cars, that has been involved in that has been they have been involving various social resources, legal resources for insurance, and many other uh, 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 peer groups, which will help to develop the jurisprudence on what you say, driverless cars. So these are the ways. If we are involved in, we as a teacher, we as a researcher, we as a student are involved in whole patenting process, it will help the society and nation to grow. Furthermore, forming collaborations with industries and institutions will actually help to co-develop from research and to commercialize innovations to a greater level. Okay, because today we could see, because of this encouragement of joint ventures, incubators, inventors hub, research markets, and so on, has been a very instrumental arena for startup. Being very closely associated with many startups, I could feel that because of the help of these incubators and so on, that has accelerated the innovations to a greater level. Being in Bangalore and being in electronic city now, I could see a lot of startups running, and a lot of startups developing, redeveloping many innovative technologies, which at present might not get actualized, or they might not get monetarily advantage to a greater level. But at some point of time, I am sure that all these technologies, or all these startups which has been working on development of technologies, will have a greater impact. Say for example, India, we were lagging behind in this thing, battery operated cars, or battery technology even. So e-vehicles and various technologies which has been there obviously in India, but we have been importing to a greater extent. But we are on the path towards self-sufficient, and being towards the path of self-sufficient can only be actualized if we develop, if we innovate, and so on. And this could only happen through joint ventures, innovative hubs, incubators, which will play an instrumental role. Even government has been promoting to a greater extent, that those promotions are also helping the innovators and the startups. Furthermore, it has been very instrumental that licensing and commercialization of research and development has been a boon for all academicians, and even the startups and many other companies, whereby if they cannot actualize the money, they can try to license it, and that other company can commercialize it, and through the royalty you can sustain your company, or sustain your startup, and sustain your research, which can help you for funding in further research also, and to keep the resources intact, because research and fundings are very important today to innovate, because again uh, again to innovate something, you need resources. Those resources can be actualized through licensing and commercialization. IP research and funding agencies also plays a very important role in negotiating terms and sharing of benefits. Furthermore, there have been very great research institutions as well as funding agencies, which also gives a lot of grant to the researchers, or a lot of well-known national grants and international grants are also there, which will help, or which has been helping researchers to innovate. These funding agencies also adds value, and in the research, and also ensuring that there is transparency in this research, right? There are various full-time research agencies which have been momentously working on different regimes, and has been crucial in bringing out new innovativeness in nationwide, But those research grants and funding agencies are again backed by IP. This should be, as an academician, this has to be ensured, and this has to be informed to the students that this kind of initiatives can help their career, or these kind of institutions can help them to actualize their innovativeness, right? And further, these research institutions or research funding agencies help also help to publish or disseminate the knowledge. There had been some great research, or there had been various companies which has been as a part of CSR. They had been giving out this kind of what you say, this kind of research publications and research findings to the public at large, so that the public can get the benefit of it. But there are a lot of loopholes in that. People disrespecting the moral rights and disrespecting the basic rights of IP. Someone might try to misutilize it. So for that, we have to take various initiatives. Even research funding agencies, even the researcher, even the innovator has to ensure that the IP value, okay, IP valuation and IP protection or IP transaction is being fully protected through the basic IP norms. Okay, that can be through a contractual obligation, that can be having a clear clause in your contract saying that this is what is being shared, this is the IP valuation in this in this research, and if it is being commercialized, this amount is to be held by the funding agency, this amount to be held uh, by the researcher, this finding, this amount has to be given for further research, and so on, right? And this can also happen through different other IP systems, such as, for example, I have put it here, NDA. NDA can be enforced because we don't have what do you say, uh, trade secrets protection regime in India. So that's why we have been protecting through NDAs. So NDAs works really great at today's time towards protecting the basic IP rights in a company, because if you talk about IP rights, for example, if you talk about Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola protects most of its trade secrets through NDAs in India. Furthermore, there are various companies which protects its taste and all other things through NDAs. Same can be applied in academics and research, whereby if you have been part of research or innovations, or if you have been part of some curations, you have to ensure this NDA is to be enforced for the people whom you are exposing the information. Institutional policies, as I have already discussed, it plays a greater role. Okay, so a fine and a clear institutional or research what do you say, policies has to be ensured, because with my experience on drafting institutional policies for different institutions, even for academic institutions, I have been seeing that only problem is sharing of grants or sharing of resources. And if that part is clear, because every company will have a profit motive in that, but ensuring profit motive also would be backed only by a transparent IP system or transparent system, whereby respecting both innovators right as well as its moral and economic right has to be the epitome of such policies, which will help in growing the institutions, which will help in refining the institutional policies better, right? And lesser disputes, right? So if there is a seamless policy in any institution, it will obviously help in a better resources, and will have a better outcome. Then IPR, IPR in collaborative research, collaborative with institutions, industry, and the innovator. And this sharing of responsibility and sharing of resources helps in licensing various works to others, while licensing, commercialization, profit sharing. Yeah, so all these things plays a very important role in as a part of institutional policies. Then technology transfer has been playing a greater role. If you talk about technology transfer, we mostly talk about patents, technology transfer agreements, right? And this the technology transfer, what do you say, policies also has to be curated in an institution for a better role sharing and better actualization of IP. Furthermore, when we talk about institutional policies, there, there are something called technology transfer offices, which will or which should act as a pivotal role in managing the IP, and and ensuring that the IP, what you have created, can be transferred in the right way, in the right direction, not being infringed. And if you are trying to support some other companies, obviously through grants and through royalties, that other companies also can develop the technology what you have shared in the right way, in the right order. So these are some of the institutional policies which will play a pivotal role. And furthermore, we have already talked about ethics and IP. Ethics is one of the most important aspect what as an academician we have to look at, because as an academician, the fairness in licensing agreement, fairness in copyright, what you say, dealing, fairness in integrating different things in as a part of our research has to be ensured. And the responsibility, the holistic responsibility, is been put on academician, because mm, any innovator will be exposed to a teacher as a or to a guide. So if the professional ethical values can be put on to the innovator, or to the students, that will create a better IP, what is it, IP society as a whole. Okay. Furthermore, if you talk about commercialization, various key aspect has to be ensured. I was talking about licensing agreements. These licensing agreements and all other agreements should be also exposed to the students, that this is how licensing agreements look like. Even faculties has to understand that this is how, if you have created something, your licensing agreement is this terms has to be this, and this is how you can protect it. And if you talk about startup, new ventures has to be ensuring that their IP is not being exploited by anyone, because while commercialization, while sharing of rights, various things comes in. One of such is trade secret. Obviously, some bigger companies might enforce on the smaller companies like startups to sell their rights in a very what is it, in a very unprofessional concerns, that might take a lot of, what do you say, lot of IP policy curation even in the startup. Because first, if I am talking to a startup, please, first thing I would do, it might be a student startup or a commercial startup. First thing I would tell them is, please put up a IP policy, ensuring that people working here doesn't infringe anyone's right, or you must not allow someone to infringe someone's right. And Further, talking about commercialization of IP, we cannot forget about academic entrepreneurship, because many innovators has been a teacher first, and this innovation only can be curated or can be protected if we have a better IP knowledge, or better knowledge on how protection and how we can protect our commercial value on any research, may it be faculty, may it be student, may it be a researcher. Further, for that we have to foster the culture of entrepreneurship, critical thinking, as well as knowledge about commercialization of IP at different levels, from various student level to researcher level to scholars level. Okay. Now, there had been a lot of leverages that has been taken towards managing IP. The best way to manage IP is IP. What is it? IP sessions or workshops to promote awareness on IP and to promote the ethicalities of IP. Thereby, there had been, if you talk about commercialization, professional ethics, those are right, but there are a lot of challenges also today in today's life. If you talk about national and international level, both, there are a lot of challenges. Let us look at some of the challenges. So, first challenge is lack of awareness among all with regard to what you say, with regard to IPs and various principles of IP. That's very important today, that IP education and IP, basic IP knowledge. I'm not talking about advanced level of advanced knowledge on IP. Basic knowledge on IP should be a normative concern in, or should be normative, or should be very what is it, should be very common among faculties and among students, whereby this kind of awareness will be helping the students in skill building, and various other or to bring innovativeness and so on. Now, one more challenge is open access. See, it has been a lot of because people unknown has been, or people who have not been exposed to any IP laws or doesn't know about IP, would say that everything that is there on internet is free, because now with more what is it, with more stress on promoting open access publications, there has been lot of infringement that has been taken place, because with more accessibility, people try to copy paste and put it on their research again. That would lead to plagiarism, that is leading to infringement and so on. How that can be stopped, that is another concern, because now at some point of time, in my last almost the in the last part of my talks, I would also talk to you how some of the AI tools has been a vector towards infringement, and how we can use these tools for our better advancement and so on. So, balancing of open access and balancing of the rights towards promotion of IP, as well as knowledge sharing, and putting the societal rights as well as the owners, IP owners, right, in a win-win situation, is one of the challenges today. Because with more access through internet, there has been there has been a lot of infringements, and those infringements had been both primary infringement and secondary infringement. And to talk to you about primary infringement, if you directly copy paste, and if you secondary infringement, you didn't have any much motive to infringe it, but unknowingly you have done. For example, wrong footnotes to attribute can be a secondary infringements, right? Paraphrasing and wrongly attributing. On the other hand, you have taken it from a not from a good source, and that unknown source has taken it from some other source without giving rightful respect to others. So if you are footnoting the second source, even that second source will be an infringement. Even then, it can call for infringement. So these are some of the complexities and challenges that has been happening. Furthermore, if you talk about international collaboration, there are a lot of hegemonies in international domain, whereby partnership between various institutions has been has been taking a long time, for which research is being affected, and so on. And furthermore, managing cross-border ownership and compliance has been a major concern in today's skill sharing and today's realm of IP sharing. Okay, there had been a lot of opportunities also. If you talk about IP integration, wherein uh, opportunities will open, wherein uh, industry IP and industry university linkages will also help the university or the institutions to grow. Or again, industry, it's a win-win situation for both of them. Industry gets the expertise, university gets the promotion, and university can also help in actualizing its own what do you say, its own basic objective, that is sharing of knowledge and helping the society to grow, right? So furthermore, these opportunities also helps in global academic reputations, as well as which will again attract the collaborators and funding agencies. It will also impact on students' employability, career success, and so on. So these are some of the what do you say? These are some of the initiatives that can be taken and that can be actualized to a greater level. Furthermore, I see I am not against digitalization. Because of digitalization, we are here. Because of digitalization, we are talking. But at some point of time, it has been seen that at this digital age in India, because of a lesser stringent digital IP protection regime, obviously it is protected, but we need an in-depth protection. Because of that, there had been lot of problems, like illicit copies of various movies and various resources and so on. Various digital resources are being copied and put up and illicitly what do you say, commercialized and so on. But as a role of digitalization in the world, this academia has benefited a lot. Today I can sit at home, and I don't have to sit in a library and I have to read. I can sit at home and get everything that is on my library. Okay, with the digital resources, it has been very well. Even morning after I get up, I can read something, so that I can have a basic knowledge on some areas which will be very difficult for me to again go to the library, sit in the library and study, and so on. So ease of work and providing more information has been a major role by this digital transformation that has been happening. Furthermore, if you talk about issues, ebooks distribution, for example, concern here is someone downloads a ebook, and because if you talk about downloads, either from JSTOR or any places, it is a single use download. You cannot reshare it. But knowingly or unknowingly, we have been or people have been doing it. This has to be stopped, and this can if this stops, only then we as an academician can ensure that we have been respecting IP to a greater extent. Because just by teaching, we cannot enforce IP rights, because we have to follow it. So it should be a basic norm that we don't share ebooks. If ebook is open on internet, let us give a link to them, so that they can go to the original website and they can read it. Furthermore, if you talk about online courses and because online courses are uploaded on YouTube, there have been many incidences that someone copies those online courses and put it in their own channel and they start monetizing it. So that is another problem which has been there today. uh, to protect such, there are copyright laws in India, but unauthorized access to platforms, unauthorized access to softwares and technologies and digital rule are a major concern today. Although cyber laws are there, but still at some point of time these infringements are happening, whereby many times we see that some tools has been utilized, which has what you say which has different problems at different stages because it has not been procured through the right way. And even platforms, some duplicate platform or uh, a clone platform is being created for unauthorized use and unauthorized access. So these all are again a challenge to the academicians if we are involved in monetizing such contents. So, digital IPR has furthermore challenges. One I have already mentioned and talked about is plagiarism, whereby unauthorized copy pasting because we cannot know the source. Uh, I'll talk about the tools because although we know, because we have to be very open today, because we already know that people are using ChatGPT for various research now. uh, if you talk about the authorship and ownership right, that fails the main motive of IP. So I will show you in practical way how these things have been happening and what are the ways to use those tools in the right way. Okay. Further talking about enforcing IP in online education, we have to ensure that access to digital resources are limited, only to because if you talk about monetization. Furthermore, if you talk about generics, or if you want to share the knowledge to the world at large, you have various platforms like YouTube and various other, you can give it for free, but ensuring that people don't misutilize it or doesn't commercially illicitly commercially utilize it or take undue advantage, that has to be ensured. Okay. Open source licensing is another issue, whereby people give it for open source, or put it on internet on for as an open source. Other person tries to copy it and put it in their own channel or use for commercialization. Same, I can take one example. Someone has clicked a photo, uploaded for free use, but not for commercialization. But one another takes undue advantage of those photos and put it in their own business platforms and so on. That will be an illicit use. Those can be stopped, and those can be stopped only through a better what do you say better IP knowledge among students, better knowledge among college students. If you talk about students, I would say that this IP knowledge or basic IP, what is it? IP basics should be taught in the schools itself. If we start talking about those IP rules and IP ethics in the school, the whole ethical attribute like moral science, IP can also be taught in schools so that they are well equipped with the basic knowledge that this is infringement and this is not. This is how we should respect, and this is how an infringement can happen. The future of IP is very bright in academia, whereby with the developed IPs or innovations like AI tools, machine learning, we have been what do you say? We have been blessed with some of the most developed technologies like chatbots, like ChatGPT, Claude, and many other things, which can be utilized in the right way. See, not all the technologies can be used in a bad way. I say that we can use the IPs or those technologies in the right way and the right order. Okay, but those technologies also have many flip sides also, whereby those technologies is being misutilized. Mainly, many students, they would just copy paste from ChatGPT and paste it, which will get caught obviously on Turnitin. Then again, paraphrasing it, even then now it gets caught. So how to bring that professionalism in academia? That is another factor to be looked at. So we have to ensure that we use those tools only to ensure that those tools are to be used in the right way, in the right direction. Simply to get information, to get knowledge. Obviously those tools are to be used for a better understanding, for a better knowledge, or to ease our research. But those tools shouldn't be used in such a way that can be detrimental to research and detrimental to academia at large. So this has to be enforced, and this has to be engraved in the minds of students, and it is on us as an academicians to look at that. So there had been a lot of impacts on AI at this today's time, and global regime and global talks are always there on various technologies like blockchain technology, IP management, which actually has been helping students and academics to a greater extent, whereby try to bring any kind of transparency. There had been a lot of systems that has been using blockchain technology. For example, to attend a workshop, people are giving e-certificates. E-certificate what is it, recreated, can be multiplied, right? It can be misutilized. Thereby, a blockchain technology, QR code blockchain technology is being utilized, whereby you can scan the QR code and identify if it is the right certificate or not. So these are innovative technologies, and blockchain technology can also be implemented in academics and education to identify various resources, right resources, wrong resources, and so on. Okay, there are various emerging fields in global domain towards protection of IP at different level, which will include IP in metaverse, which will include NFTs, which will include various digital assets. Digital assets will also include what is it? Various ways how we can utilize what is it? Our uh, digital books, digital PPTs, digital creations, digital what is it? Our videos and so on. Okay, so this virtual metaverse also has been emerging today, and we have to harness those technology in a right way, else it will be very detrimental for even academia, because there have been a lot of talks, because there are two schools basically, one against the use of ChatGPT and various tools in academia, one against for I'm towards use of those resources, but use of resources in a right and responsible way. That should be the ultimate aim of uses. That's why I have put up in front of you the ethical and responsible use of IP and IP tools. And concern is that these IP tools has to be used in a very responsible and ethical way. Some of the IP tools can be Grammarly. Just to look at the grammar and spelling, we can do it, not to even paraphrase. Okay, Jotero can be used for citation purpose. So if you are reading some papers, you can store it in Jotero and you can get it. These are some of the, and I was talking about ChatGPT, Turnitin, and so on. This can be an enhancing tool for research, right? Which will help us in developing our research rather than going and finding every footnote from every book or writing the footnote. You can just copy the footnote and paste it from the resource what you have referred to. There are other tools like Kahoot, Persuel, Woodclap, Quizlet, which also ensures that critical thinking and all those things can be ensured, can be enforced on the students, and can be ensured that even innovative thoughts and curative thoughts are brought to the minds of students. Because I have been regularly using Kahoot and various other tools among the students. Furthermore, various AI tutor models and modulities are there. Moodle is there. Then Otter, Edmo, and all these things, all these tools are there, which has been or which can be utilized for the better implementation of research and so on. Okay, now let me show you some practical reliefs which will help us to identify how these tools can be better utilized. Let me share my screen again. Yes, can you see my screen? These are some of, yes, can you see my screen? Organizers, can you see my screen? Okay, I think you can see the screen because I can see it there. Okay, going ahead, let me show you one of the most utilized what do you say AI tool for searching different different realm of. This is an AI tool which will help you to curate different documents and so on. Okay, for example, I have given a command AI in IPR. So to know more on AI on IPR, I can give a command and it will give me a result on AI and IPR. This will ease my work. It doesn't mean that I directly copy paste from here, or I directly because I can do a search and re-search on these basic points. This is helping or easing my work on these concerns, right? I can refine my results and so on. I can even it can even help me. One second. Okay, it can even help me in summarize. Okay, one second. It can even help me in summarize the paper what I have uploaded. So these are some of the help I can take up in this research, or help I can take up in actually what you say in actually looking at using this works in the right way, right? Because you have to use the technology. We have to use the technology, or we have to go in pace with the society and the technology. We cannot devoid on these things. But while ensuring that ethical norms, now ethical norm is that we don't directly copy paste from here. This is for our understanding. Then this is a summary of the paper. Then we could understand this paper talks about. Then we can go back and read the paper, rather than reading a paper which is not related to my topic. We can identify the related paper. We can also ask that suggest me IP. One second. It can help me also suggest some basic IP papers. Okay. Uh, so these are some of the ways how we can innovatively use these tools. Furthermore, there are various other tools like Shravam AI, which can help us to look at or which can help us to actually curate some documents or get some references of some what is it of some papers, or this will help us in what is it getting some documents or get some relevant papers. Okay, yeah, again the same AINIPR. Okay, but it should be more refined. I'm just putting some crude this thing. What is it? Chats. Yeah. So you can give more what is it? You can give more complex what is it directions, which will give you a better results. You can ask for different papers. You can ask for different summaries and so on. You can use it for a better purpose. These are some of the what is it? Some of the ways how we can ethically use it. Okay. Furthermore, even if you talk about ChatGPT can be also used in a better way. Okay, for as a teacher, for example, uh, write me. Okay, so this is a two liner. So this two-liner, I want to make it a song, so I can come to this thing. I can come to a AI tool named Suno, and I can make it a song which can be given. One second. One second. Okay. One second. Okay. Now we can create a song for a song based on them. So these are some of the innovative ways how you can utilize the this thing, because furthermore, if you have written this summary, we can even help the students with this summary and make a video like this on what is it on this website called Pictory, and you can give a link of the this thing. You give a link to the students. So these are some of the ways how we can innovatively what is it innovatively what is it generates something which can be innovativeness, but in an ethical way, rather than what is it rather than keeping it in a looking AI in a wrong direction by saying that all the use of AI tools is bad. But we should promote these technologies, because these technologies will be the future, and we have to take the pace uh, with the future lights. So mm, I think the song has been created. So we can bring this innovative what is it innovative ways of creating or innovative ways in helping what is it helping helping the society to grow with these technologies while respecting the copyrights. Okay, let me try to play it. Okay.
I'm facing some problem in playing the song. Right, these are some of the innovative ways what I would like to show you, and what I would like to what you say tell all of the scholars, all of the what you say, all of the listeners, all of the participants here, that IP has to be respected while ensuring that all ethical ways or ethical norms are being respected at different levels. Say it from student level, say it from researchers level, say it from what you say it to the level of ensuring and protecting the rights of the IP owners and IP curators as well. With that, I would like to stop my talk for today. And if you have any questions, you can unmute and ask. Yes, if you have any questions.
मैंने कहा था कह रही हूँ मैं डलवाओ यार
Moderator, can you allow the participants to put it on chat?
Yes, sir. We have two questions
Yes.
showing you in a moment.
Yes.
Yes, sir. We have one question. Our first question is, how is the rise of e-commerce affecting trademark law, particularly regarding brand protection in digital marketplaces?
See, that's very innovative today in today's life. That is, e-commerce had been not affecting, but making the society to grow. Because if you talk about e-commerce and trademark law, e-commerce at some point of time, not all e-commerce are unethical, because with the new stringent e-commerce trademark laws coming in, rebranding and selling infringed products has been very stringently looked into, because even trademark owners are very what do you say very much stringent today, ensuring that even various e-commerce platform doesn't sell it. Because we have, I don't want to name any e-commerce platform as such, but various e-commerce platform has been shut down because they have been selling infringed products. So today in this, although we have long way to go, but today at many point, various ethical e-commerce platform has been trying to protect trademark to a greater extent. And there have been incidents what I could see, that e-commerce platforms has been utilizing some form kind of systems or some declaration from the sellers, saying that this the products what I'm selling is from the right source. I hope I have answered that question.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, we have another question. Someone is asking that challenges in ensuring IP protection does not hinder the dissemination of critical green technology globally. So, asking about
I
some
would like to ask,
challenges.
what are the challenges in ensuring
Yes,
IP protection? No. Yes. See, I got your question, but concern here is there are obviously challenges, because when there is any global transactions, obviously TRIPS comes into play and various institutions comes into play. And obviously TRIPS has been promoting green technologies and transfer of technologies to be at ease. There have been a lot of initiatives taken by WIPO. If you have if you find time, please go to WIPO website, just write
green technology initiatives that has been taken by Whiteboard, there has been directions given to all the member states or member countries to ensure that green technology is being disseminated between the nations, and green technologies has to be promoted to a greater extent. That's why green technologies in India, we have been giving a lot of subsidies and so on. So these are some of the initiatives that are taken to disseminate green technologies or green patents, what we call at large. And obviously, I will be untrue if I say that there is ease of everything, but there are hindrances. Those hindrances are being taken up or they're addressed to a greater extent, and those hindrances also are also addressed through our India's what is it initiatives on various Make in India concept, which had been promoting green technology, and government also has been taking innovative steps to ensure that innovators of green technologies are being credited rightly. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for attending the questions. Now we are ending the questions here, and it's time to a formal vote of thanks. So, a very good morning, everyone present in the session. I, Reshma Hayat, Assistant Professor at Faculty of Law. So, on behalf of Faculty of Law, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest, Dr. Upankar Sutia, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for this insightful session. Your thought have truly inspired us, and on the topic, future trends in global IP laws, impact on research practices. Sir, your expertise has greatly deepened our understanding of the importance of intellectual property in academia. No one better than you, sir, could have guided us on this topic with this deep understanding and vast knowledge. So we are extremely grateful to you, sir, for taking this time out and joined us today and share your valuable wisdom and insights on the topic, sir. So, sir, your presence has truly elevated the session today. So I'm extremely thankful to you, sir.
Thank you,
Now
madam.
I'm thanking to all the attendees also for your active participation, and we look forward to applying these insights in our work. So now we are ending the session here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Pankaj, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, everyone,
You
for
all.
attending. I hope it has created some impact on
Yes, sir.
our
Very much,
research
sir.
and
Yes,
IP.
sir.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.